Greetings, Neuro Ninjas. How are you? I'm sitting in the car outside Tesco's, waiting while Mrs. Wright goes in the queue to get some well-needed supplies. Hope everyone's okay. This is a 3 p.m. rock slot, so we're focusing on sleep this week. And loads of you have been asking questions about what about that moment when you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't get back to sleep, and then all the worries start churning around and around. What the hell's going on there, and what can I do about it? So basically, deep in the night, that moment when we wake up, I experienced that as well. What's going on in our brain is our prefrontal cortex is offline really at that point, so we're kind of wandering around the corridors of our emotional brain, our limbic system, and that can be a little bit distressing. Remembering our prefrontal cortex is like the brake, the analysis kind of module that helps us work through some of our problems, and so we're skidding around in our emotional brain when we wake up at that time, and that's why everything that's ahead in the future can look very terrifying. So once you've been to the loo or whatever else you need to do, back in bed, and the best thing to do is to try and focus on some white noise, some kind of thing that gets your attention focused on it. Breathing's quite good. Just, oh, sorry about that. Just literally counting your breathing, just focusing on breathing in and out, in and out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So count breathing, not sheep. That's really helpful. There's some great apps. Calm has a fantastic support sleep meditation, as does Headspace. Any kind of process that gets you to focus on something. Just gentle music, some great kind of calming down white noise. Things to do also are, it's really important to make sure we've exercised in the daytime. Ideally between 10 or 15 minutes every day. Lots of walking. Physical exercise is really good at helping us feel much more tired. And then the last thing is, strangely, it sounds odd, but to make sure that we're doing mindfulness in the daytime. 10 or 15 minutes of focused mindfulness in the daytime begins to build the neural architecture in that area in our prefrontal cortex that will enable us to focus much more on our breathing and hold that concentration there. And then once that architecture is built, it might take 4, 5, 6 weeks to build it through daily practice in the daytime. It will mean you can access that architecture when you're trying to go back to sleep at night. You'll be building those structures in your brain. Initially, it won't feel like much is changing, but it will build that architecture, and which will mean that when you wake up scared in the middle of the night, you can turn to that process of focusing on your breathing, and those circuits will be there to help you maintain that focus, and you will drift off back to sleep. See you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.